Hello everyone, welcome back to Aarna Boutique. In today's tutorial, I will show you how to make a beautiful criss-cross top for a baby paired with the cute layered skirt as a co-ord set. In this video, we will focus only on the cutting and stitching of the top. The skirt tutorial will be covered separately in another video. So let's get started. For this project, I am using three materials: the main fabric, lining fabric, and a lace of your choice. All measurements will be marked on the lining fabric first. Follow along with me step by step. Take your lining fabric and fold it in half. First mark the desired length of the top. For my sample, the finished length is 7.5 inches. I am adding 1 inch extra for seam allowance, making the total length is 8.5 inch. Next, mark the shoulder. Mine is 8 inches, so I will mark 4 inches on the folded fabric. Now mark the neckline. Neck width I am going to take 2 inches. Neck deep is 2.5 inches. So for the armhole, I will mark 4 inches down. For the chest measurements, I am taking 5.5 inches and 1 inch extra for seam allowance. Now mark the waist measurement in the same way. Mark all these measurements neatly, join all the marked points and cut it neatly. Now open the front fabric and repeat the same markings on the opposite side. Since this is a criss-cross top, mark the front overlap pattern as shown. Cut along the marked lines, making sure not to cut the neckline too deep. Use the first piece as a pattern and trace it onto the another fabric piece to create the second front panel. So once both lining pieces are ready, place it on the main fabric and cut it as shown in the video. For the back portion, the shoulder measurement remains the same. Mark all the shoulder, neckline, armhole, total length measurement, cut out the back piece. So now place the lining fabric onto the main fabric and trace it and cut it. You may notice the dark markings on the lining, but they are not required for this design, so please ignore them. Now we are ready to begin stitching. Take one front piece and cut a strip of lace according to the neck length. Place the lace between the lining and the main fabric and stitch it in place exactly as shown. Before stitching, make sure the lining is placed on the right side of the main fabric. After stitching the neckline, trim excess fabric. Make small notches along the curved areas to help the fabric turn smoothly. Be careful not to cut through the stitches. Turn the lining to the inside and press the neckline neatly. Top stitch over the lace to keep everything flat and secure. For the second front piece, repeat the same process. Use a smaller lace piece since it will sit underneath the overlapping front panel. Once both front pieces are complete, press them well and keep them aside. So for the back piece, repeat the same process. Next we will prepare the frills for the bottom of the top. Cut 3 strips measuring approximately 2.5 inches wide. The length can vary depending on how much gather you want. Finish one edge using an overlock machine. If you don't have one, simply fold the edge twice and stitch it neatly. To create gathers, sew a loose running stitch along the strip and gently pull the thread. This will form gathers. Adjust it according to the width of your top. Now let's join the shoulder seams. Place the front piece over the back piece with the right sides facing together and stitch both shoulders. Next, attach the tie straps as shown. Now it's time to attach the frills. Pin the gathered frills around the lower edge of the top and adjust the gathers evenly. Repeat the same process for all 3 frill layers. This is how the top should look after attaching all the frills. At this stage, the inner lining may appear slightly longer, so fold the excess lining inward and stitch it. Trim away extra fabric so the layers sit smoothly. Press everything well for a clean and professional finish. For the final step, stitch the side seams of the top. Arrange the fabric carefully with the main fabric facing outward and sew both sides according to your desired fit. Once the stitching is done, trim the excess fabric if needed. Now turn the fabric and sew both sides as I show in the video. Take extra care while stitching around the tie straps to ensure neat finish. Give the entire top a final press and we are done. A beautiful crisscross baby top is now complete. The matching layered skirt tutorial will be coming in the next video, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you in the next video.